Hi angels, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be discussing the ultimate girly girl guide to autumn. If you are just joining, hi, hello, my name is Lois. I cover everything girly girl. I do lots of girly vlogs, how-tos, girl guides, anything. I'm very new to YouTube, so I'm just starting out, but I have loads more ideas for you. And of course, if you are not new here, then welcome back. I got a question on one of my YouTube videos recently asking me to go through my movie recommendations, and I decided to take this and make it into a full-on video for you, going into as much detail on my current autumn favourites. That's including movies, TV shows, clothes and outfit ideas and activities, very similar to a video I have done previously but in a lot more detail and packaged up very neatly for you guys so you can romanticize what's left of autumn before Christmas. And of course I'll be making a Christmas version of one of these as well if you'd like it. Going straight in with TV shows, obviously now is the perfect time to start a new TV show. I feel like now is such a perfect time to start a new TV show. Obviously the nights are getting darker, you want something cozy to look forward to when you come home, a little bit spooky, a little bit autumnal. We've got lots of options. I am very much a rewatcher, not a new watcher. The first thing I have to recommend for this season is of course Gossip Girl. I'm a die-hard Gossip Girl fan and now is the perfect time to start watching. It's such a quintessentially autumnal series, and so if you're going to watch it, now's the perfect time. I am so jealous if you're watching this show for the first time. Let me know if you are, because you're gonna have a great time. The next one on my list is maybe a little bit basic, but honestly, Friends. If you don't know me, Friends, it has a very sentimental place in my heart. It was the show I watched growing up. I literally loved it, and when Matthew Perry died, this is gonna sound really dramatic, but I actually couldn't watch it. I started watching it back recently and the vibes and the aesthetic are just so lovely, especially for autumn. It's just so nice. I know it's a TV show, but it feels like a simpler time in a way. The fashion obviously as well. 90% of the TV shows I watch are for fashion sense, and Friends is obviously the perfect place to find fashion ideas if you're into 90s fashion. If you're looking for something a little bit more spooky, The Vampire Diaries is definitely the way to go, and that is my next watch after I finish the shows I'm currently watching. I love The Vampire Diaries. I am such a fan and I can't wait to watch it for the rest of the autumn. Like, it's such an autumnal show, especially again from a fashion point of view. I literally love anything 2000s fashion, and so it's the perfect little lookbook. The next thing, very much the same pipeline, is Pretty Little Liars. I've just started watching this for the first time. Don't know how it's come off my radar. I just haven't ever watched it. So I'm watching that currently alongside Friends for when I want something a little bit more spooky that I kind of have to pay a bit more attention to, and I'm loving it so far. And the girly vibes especially, like, this is such a girly girl show, so I can't give you a full review on that because I actually haven't finished it, but I'm on season 2 now and I'm having such a great time. This one I actually feel doesn't get enough hype as it should, and that's Scream Queens. It's literally quintessential girly girl with a side of Halloween and murder. Following on from that, the season with the witch storyline of the American Horror Story, I can't remember which season it is, where Emma Roberts is a witch. That's also very much the same vibe and I love that season. This one, particularly if you like witchy and spooky vibes, Sabrina on Netflix. It's kind of like high school vibes as well. All of her outfits are really cool too. Moving on to movies, obviously this season is perfect for a really good classic movie night, and one of the things I really want to do this year is start watching a lot more 90s horror movies. I'm not a horror movies person. I can watch them. I've started watching the Scream series, which is so 90s. I love it so much. Like, it feels like such a classic movie night option. If you're a bit of a scaredy cat like me, maybe don't start with that one. Maybe start with something a little bit nicer, and I have some recommendations for that as well. My absolute favourite Halloween / horror movie of all time has to be Jennifer's Body. I've kind of dressed thematically today for her. Jennifer's Body is literally the best girly girl horror movie ever. Just watch it. Like, just watch it. One that's on my list this year that I actually haven't watched is Jawbreaker. I feel like that's going to be the kind of comedy horror mixed with a high school chick flick that I just know and love. I think it's from the 90s, it's quite old. I have a feeling that I'm going to enjoy that. A little bit less spooky is obviously the Twilight series. If you love 2000s like me, then you will love this series. I don't actually know anyone who hasn't watched this series, and at the moment, because of the anniversary that's happening, I think it's the 10th anniversary, I want to say, they have them in the cinemas at the moment, so check your local cinema because I know mine has one and I'm desperate to go to a solo screening. I've never gone to a cinema on my own before, and I feel like this is the perfect movie to go and do it. Failing that, take your girls, go and have a massive tango ice blast and a big bag of popcorn and just sit in the back row with your girls. Like, I feel like that's such a good girly girl night. Now is literally the perfect time to get into vintage cinema, particularly any of the Audrey Hepburn movies. I feel like that would be such a nice vibe. Breakfast at Tiffany's, Funny Face, Charade. My personal favourite, and it was the first one I ever watched with Audrey Hepburn in it, was How to Steal a Million. I really enjoyed that movie and it just reminds me of autumn so much. Vintage movies are just so cozy coded. Of course, To All the Boys I Loved Before. I love this movie so much. It's so like warm and fuzzy to me and it just reminds me of being a teenager. And yeah, I really love that movie and it's so cozy, so would definitely recommend that one. Okay, so moving on to outfit. So I've only included a couple on here because I have gone into more detail on my other video on certain things I wanted for my wish list, and I feel like that's more of a curated autumnal outfit selection. So go check out my last video for advice on that. But I would definitely say now is the time to get your skirts and boots combo, your jumper skirts boots combo nailed down. Have about 3 to 4 options that you can mix and match. So in mine, for example, I have a denim skirt, a brown suede skirt, a white frilly skirt, and a pink cotton skirt that I mix and match them with my black boots and my brown boots. And then I have a couple of jumpers or nice blouses that go over that. If you have that combination sorted, you literally have your entire autumn wardrobe sorted. Honestly, like, you don't need anything else. My top tip for this season in terms of fashion is don't forget your hats. Hats are amazing, you just need to find the right hat for you. If you don't like hats, it's because you haven't been trying on the right ones. I love hats. Headbands, head accessories of any kind are perfect for the windier seasons because you want to keep your hair intact, so what better way to do it than do it in style with a hat. I love those bell hat styles. I'll put in a picture of what I mean. I know Blair Waldorf wears them as well, so that must mean that they're perfect. Earmuffs, also an excellent option. I have a couple of these woolen headbands in my repertoire and I literally love these. I'm obsessed. I bring them out every single year. You can wear them back to front if you like, or you can wear them as a bow. They're just so comfy and I would definitely recommend them. If you're on the hat headband pipeline, this is an excellent way to break through. Following on from that, experiment with your hairstyles. When it gets windier and wetter, their automatic response is just to tie their hair back, just chuck it out of the way. Trying different hairstyles when you know you're not leaving your house, so you don't have any of that stress. Try doing a French plait. That is so autumn coded. I love a tie back moment with the two plaits going across. I don't know what that's called. Waterfall braids, a messy bun, and of course 2 plaits going down, like loose plaits, and a fishtail plait. Any kind of braid are all very autumnal. Okay, moving on to activities. I'm gonna say the most obvious one first, and that is baking. I'm not a baker. If you saw my last vlog, you'll see that I'm not a baker in any way, shape or form, but I do enjoy trying new things. I would say challenge yourself with your baking this year. Don't just make cupcakes or cookies, like try other things too. As a bit of a top tip, I would recommend picking up some kind of supermarket foodie magazine. I know this seems really granny-ish of me, but as someone who literally studied magazine journalism as a degree, I kind of have to do this. I actually love flicking through these. It reminds me of being a kid and like circling recipes that I want to try. My next thing is to try a new sport or fitness related activity. So mine for this season is ballet and ice skating. I've always wanted to do these two and I found some lessons near me for ballet and I'm going to try and go a couple of times ice skating. I feel like now is the perfect time to get your ice skating skills down so that when we do Wonderland in a couple of months, you're going to be there skating away looking like you know exactly what you're doing and everyone else is going to be like, oh my god, are you a professional? No, we just nailed our ice skating skills down in autumn. With ballet, something I'm quite insecure about and I need to work on is my posture. I have terrible posture due to shyness. I do just naturally curve in my shoulders and I feel like if I'm doing ballet, I'm going to be very poised and confident because you have to be in ballet. And so the main reason I want to do it is work on my posture, but also I literally love the ballet. The third option I have on here for sport related activities is hiking. I'm not really the biggest hiker girl or walker girl, but I would like to get into it, especially at this time of year where it's not like too cold or too wet, but the leaves are falling and it makes for really nice scenic little walks. So I would definitely recommend doing that, putting on some 2000s cozy music and just taking a walk around your local area. I feel like that's so 2000s girly girl coded. My next thing is something I did very recently, and it was go to a pumpkin patch. It was honestly amazing. We went to one that was fairly near to us called Forage Farm. We had a little photo shoot, we ate some nice food, we went through a maze. I know it's kind of cheesy and overdone, but I feel like sometimes those are the best activities. Host a themed evening. It doesn't have to be Halloween related if that's not your thing. It could be a cozy evening where you like bake together, have all of your girls over, set up the table really nice, put on a movie in the background, and just host a full-on themed evening. I have so many different themed ideas, so if you want help with that then let me know, but I feel like this rings true to me as autumn because my birthday's in autumn and I always host a themed evening. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. Try new makeup. I feel like sometimes we get into a bit of a makeup rut, and I've definitely noticed this with me recently. I'm just kind of bored putting on my makeup, and that's not how I want to be. So I really want to practice new makeup techniques, try new looks that I have maybe avoided because I feel like they wouldn't suit me, and instead use those makeup looks and take them and alter them to my face. Sometimes we forget that with makeup tutorials, they're always going to be suited to the person's face who's doing the makeup. I would instead take that makeup as inspiration and try it on your own face. Once you finish watching this video, go and find a makeup tutorial that you've been wanting to try but haven't really had the time to try it, and go for it. Just see. Maybe do it before you shower so you don't have to worry about taking it out anywhere if it doesn't look right. I feel like I've covered this quite a lot, but I have written down live like it's 2007. And what I meant by this was just fully embody that Vampire Diaries aesthetic for the autumn period. Is going to make your life so much more romanticized and so much more fun. Wear 2000s clothing, listen to your music on CDs, for example, put in wired headphones. I feel like all of those activities are just so fun. Buying into like 2000s trends like wearing Ugg boots, the puffer jackets, the big scarves, going to get your pumpkin spice latte. Quick side note, I've been seeing this trend going around on TikTok where people are going to Starbucks drive-throughs with a pumpkin and having the pumpkin spice latte in there. I feel like that is such a little whimsical activity for you to do. You know what, I'm adding it to the list. Go and do that. And I also feel like I kind of covered this one earlier, but go to the cinema and maybe even go alone. Make it an entire event. Get your popcorn, get your drink, make it an entire evening, and also almost like a self-care evening. If it's not really in your budget to go to the cinema right now, because I know it is getting a little bit expensive, then maybe just host your own cinema evening. You could do it with friends or you could do it by yourself. Make a fancy drink, have a fancy snack, watch a nice movie. When I watch movies these days, I'm on my phone or I'm scrolling or I'm on Pinterest or I'm doing other things or I'm cleaning. I never really sit down just to watch a movie, so I feel like that in itself, just sitting down and just watching the movie without any distractions, is a really good activity, and honestly at this point a skill to practice because my dopamine levels are so bad. Anyway, I think that's everything for today, but let me know if you would like any more recommendations. I'll definitely be coming out with a lot of Christmas related content very soon so you can get your gift guides locked down, but let me know if you would like to see anything else from me, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!